Welcome back to Midlife Adventure. This is Brownie and we're going to talk motorbike bags. Let's do it. Okay, let's talk about the carry bags I have on my BMW F800. It's a GS Adventurer. On the front, on the crash bars, I've got the Lonerider 6-litre mini bags. I've got an SW-Motech Pro tank bag on top. I can't remember the exact model number. I'll put it just here. And on the back, I've got the Mosko Moto Backcountry, the 35-litre ones, and a couple of little pockets front and back for fuel and water. All right, let's talk about them. So I've got the Lonerider 6-litre mini bags there, and I've got those strapped to the crash bars here, just with a couple of G-hooks. I've only just recently got these. So I've got my tool bag, all my tools are in this side, spare tube, everything else, tools, compressor, everything's all jammed in there. So that's just nice, compact out of the way, and pretty hardy. So if I do go down, those tools are pretty hardy. They won't get too damaged, they'll be right. Also got the other one on the other side here. This one's flat at the moment. I had my sleeping bag in there, and I've got quite a big sleeping bag, and it actually fitted all the way in there. It's got a few molly loops. It's actually got a few. It's got a lot of molly loops. There's molly loops all over this thing. There's some on the side here, there's some there, there's some on this side, and there's some on the bottom. No, there's none on the bottom. So you've got molly loops, or there's some on the back. There's some on the back as well. So we'll, and there's a Velcro pad there. I'll get a couple of little Australian badges and just stick on there. Get some cheap ones off eBay or something. Okay, I'll take this one off so you can have a look at it. There's a couple of little plastic clips just here, just to release the roll down top. So we'll just undo that. That just unrolls. These are supposedly waterproof. I believe they would be. I couldn't see why they wouldn't. They're you can see that plastic there, and they're bright red on the inside, which isn't too bad. It makes it a bit easier to find stuff. You know, if you're putting stuff in and out, it's not black. There it is there, look, you can see that. 6-litre mini bag, Lonerider. Not too bad. Quality feels okay. I'll just undo these. There's a little couple of Velcro tabs around the back here, and just release that. And you can see the Velcro there. They're just strap holders. Undo that one, and the same here. Just loosen that one a little bit, and this one here as well, and loosen that one. So basically, hands free here, one hand. It's just a G-hook. I think these are like powdered aluminium. I don't think they're designed to be undone with one hand. One there, and lucky last. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Look at that. There we go. So they'd pack up quite flat as well. See, if you lift them on the bike, you can squeeze them right down empty. Not too much security with them. Anyone could probably get into them. So that's the back side. These straps here, and a little plastic buckle down the bottom. You could unclip that, lay that against some other molly system, and just weave this strap here. Let's put it over here somewhere. And then you could weave this strap here, so you'd have another molly system down this way, and you'd weave it through that one, through this one, through that one, through this one, clip it back up, both sides, and that would anchor it on there. I don't know, I would be thinking mollies are standard. On the bottom of the Mosko saddlebags, the Backcountry, you can see there's some molly webbing there as well. So you could potentially even stick that up against there. I think it would be hanging around a bit low, but you get the idea. There's also molly webbing on the sides here. Yep, so there's also molly webbing, so you could potentially stick one of these, even though that's a Lonerider and that's Mosko Moto, you could not use that one and get some of these and stick on there. I know a lot of people stick to brand loyalty. They'll have Mosko Moto tank bag and Mosko Moto, you know, back bloody thing and everything else, but I've just hunted around and just found what I want, what works. Not too fussed about the brand. As long as it's quality and it does what I want it to do, and the price is reasonably good, then that's me, I'll get it. Simple as that. But yeah, Lonerider 6 litre, says waterproof there. Waterproof. Molly webbing everywhere, all the way around, not on the bottom. The Lonerider text down the bottom there, that is reflective, so if you've got it on the side of your bike at night time and you're going cross traffic, the other cars should light that up, or vehicles will light that up and see you. I'll just show you how easy it is to put these back on. And like I said, this is the first time I've taken these out for a ride. So you've got your G-hook, just goes around, just clip it back into itself there. I'll just nip it up now, just to hold it there. This one's the same, around, back through there, through the G-hook, and just nip it back up. I think these would fit just about any tank bar system. This one's the same, through there. This one, same thing, around and back through. You can see the little Velcro straps here. So sort of, once you get your gear in there, you'd sort of pull these tight. Once you've got your stuff in there, just come around, hold your Velcro up, Velcro down, and that'll just hold those from flapping around in the wind. Same here, put that one up. But I'll take this off and stuff my sleeping bag back in there, and then put it on while it's full. I think it'd be a bit easier to put on when it's full. Okay, the roll top, it has got like these, I don't know if you can see that there, like a bit of reinforced soft ribbing in there, just like an extra layer of fabric. It's not much, but it's a bit of a guide, so it just helps you fold it over a bit more. And again, that's it. Got your clips on the side, clip it up, that'll keep it waterproof. And same on this side as well, keep it waterproof there. Okay, I'm not sure how much of an impact they'd take. They are Hyperlon fabric, and it is quite thick. And like I said, you've got your reflective safety stripes here. You've got your Molly attachment system, G-hooks for quick access to put it on. Your roll down top, you've got a Velcro badge patch. And it is also, I forgot to mention, there's a carry handle up here as well. So even if you want to take them off and carry them somewhere, there is a bit of a loop handle, so you can actually pick them up and carry them away. So 6 litres. Size wise, that'd probably be about, I don't know, 30 centimetres. What's that, about a foot in the old scale? Width probably about 20-ish, 20 centimetres. And the thickness, it'd probably be about 10 centimetres at a wild guess. But like I said, before that Molly webbing, you should be able to put these just about anywhere on your bike. You could almost hang them off here if you had to. Hang them off your racks on the back. You could even throw a couple of straps across and run some straps through that Molly webbing just to put them, if you've got no racks at all on a bike. You could strap them to a backpack. You could put them just about anywhere. So they're quite versatile, which is the main reason why I got them. So I can hook them up, put them anywhere. But I just got them on the front. I noticed when I load this bike up and it's got full fuel, because the fuel tank on this bike is underneath the seat, there's quite a fair bit of weight down the back of the bike, and it makes the front end, the front tyres a bit light and a bit skiddy on the road. So I thought at least I've got a bit of extra weight at the front, and it'll just help a bit. All right, let's move on to the tank bag, shall we? SW-Motech Tank Bag. I can't remember the model of this tank bag. It's a Pro version. There's the model number down there. This is the clip-on one, which I'm a bit iffy about. It comes off okay, but when it goes back on, the little magnetic pins that lock it into position, it's okay now, I've got it on there, but it takes a lot of mucking around to get the magnets to actually pull those pins in. They move freely underneath the bag, so I'm not sure what the problem is. So what I have to do is, when I put this bag on, so that's the reason I'm not going to take it off, I've got to get in there and I've got to bang the bottom of that bag until those pins sort of wiggle into place, and then it locks on nice and tight. Otherwise it sits there and you can just give it a push and it falls off. So not sure how much longer that locking mechanism is going to last. Worst case scenario is I'll just put a bolt and a big like a panel washer in the base of the bag and through the base of the frame underneath that holds it, and just put a little wing nut there so I can just wing nut it on, so it definitely won't come off and go anywhere. But let's talk about the bag, shall we? Good quality, top quality. The material, fabric, everything on this is awesome. I can put my Mavic Air drone down inside this pocket section here. Not this one, but the inside. It actually sits, I haven't got it in there at the moment, but it'll sit straight down in here beautifully. And like I've mentioned in a couple of other videos, then I usually just put my digital SLR at the top here. Quick access, easy to get to. Does come with a rain fly, which is this one here. I had it on last night just in case it did rain. It's got a clear plastic top, so if you've got a some sort of mapping or something on top here, you can still read it. Again, you've got that molly webbing. You could stick that up here if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't. But you could stick a little laptop case, not laptop, a little tablet case or phone case or map bag or something up there as well, just inside that molly webbing. Nice big opening. There's a couple of little elasticy pockets on the side here. There is a hole just here, so you can run a charging cable out and charge whatever you want inside the bag. Comes out the other side here, so I can just run that across to a USB plug here and charge in there. To release this bag, you basically just pull this pin. I'm not going to do it because it's a pain in the bum to get it to lock back on. But pull that pin and it comes off. Carry handle here, easy to carry, and it takes seconds. Pull it, off it comes. There is a security feature. You can actually put a little locking pin in to stop that from being pulled. Then you could put a padlock. You could put a padlock through here so no one can actually open this and pull the pin out. Well, the honest thieves wouldn't be able to open it and pull the pin out, but a real thief would. It wouldn't last long at all. And the way this bag sits on here, even now, I wouldn't be surprised. I could just grab it and just reef it straight off. So I don't bother using that little locking system. Yeah, I think I could just take that off with a good yank. It's not going to come off now. It hasn't come off while riding, and you can see it's like it's stuck on there, so it's not going anywhere. But I think one good yank and that'll just pull off and I'd walk away with it. But apart from the security features, like I said, quality made bag. It does have good size pockets on the sides here. So I've got a knife and a bit of rope and a fire starter in there. And same on this side. There's my battery bank and a couple of bloody little ratchet straps. Good looking bag. It sits on that sits on the BMW F800 quite nicely. And overall, I'm happy with it. The only thing I'm a bit iffy about is that locking mechanism, how it sits on the frame there. I normally don't take it off. Even when I go home, I'll just unpack the bag, take everything out I need, and just leave it on the bike. So I don't take it on and off. It generally just stays on the bike. But apart from that, yeah, no, I'm quite happy with it. Happy with the room. Doesn't get in my way at all. The tapered angle there coming up, I can lean forward really easy and just rest up against that, and I don't need to go any much further forward on the bike than what that's angled. So that's it there, just sits up there quite nicely. SW-Motech Tank Bag. The Mosko Moto Backcountry 35 litre saddlebags, pannier bags, pannier racks, whatever you want to call them. Let's just call them saddlebags. 35 litres is the main section here. You've got these extra ones on the side here, these auxiliary pockets. They're just a standard size. I carry water in the front, so 1.5 litres. It's not 1.5 litres, I think it's like 1.25 litres, 1.25 litres. So I've got 3 litres there, 3 litres on the other side, 6 litres water. I've got another one exactly the same on the back. I've just got the MSR fuel containers there, so I've got 2 spare petrol. They're 1 litre each, and I've got another 1 litre petrol here and 1 litre engine oil, just in case. You never know if you need it. These bags, incredibly well made. They are top quality. I'm going to put all the specs of these bags right here, up and down there, look. So that's everything these bags are made out of. Lots of different material. There's ballistic something or other, there's Hypalon, there's plutonium oxide, buckles, I don't know, everything's there. But anyway, here's the list. Suss it out, I can't remember all of it. But like the Lonerider, this has got molly webbing everywhere as well. So up underneath there, you can see all that molly webbing. There's a couple of tie down straps there as well with the G-hooks. So you can attach stuff there. There's molly webbing behind these ones in here as well. There's molly webbing down inside the beaver tails as well. Really good overall, well-made bag. These have a locking plate on the back of the bags themselves, so they're easy to lift on and off. There's a carry handle here. I quite often lift them off the top strap. There's a locking bar. You can run a cable through and lock these up. These so far have been a really good bag. These beaver tails, 4 G-hooks here. Again, you only normally need to open up the top 2. Let's just do it. So I can normally do this with one hand. So one there, and not today, 2 hands. Come on. There we go. So that's the beaver tail. So just the top hooks, that just folds down nicely. There's a grasshopper and a bug and a stone. There's my raincoat. I'm going to pull that out. That's the locking cable in there, which I can thread through that bar when it's all folded up. That's got a key lock on it. That'll go up through this locking bar, down around here, back around, and I just pull that tight. And unless you're going to get a knife and start cutting into it, it's a pain in the arse to open. Again, keeps the honest thief out, not the really good ones. Again, molly webbing, so you can't actually take this beaver tail off, but you can still put a few things in here if you wanted to. I've just got my little tent peg hammer there, that works for me. The thing I do like about these beaver tails is you can just stuff stuff. You can just put stuff. You can stuff stuff. So you can get whatever you want. Raincoat is a good place to keep it. So I just keep it tucked in there. Easy as that. Same thing, these little G-hooks. They're adjustable. They're a bit like the Lonerider system. You got your Velcro, so you can just roll up the, it's a bit of a better design. The Velcro's on the tail, so you can roll the tail up and Velcro it shut. And the other G-hook just there. But I tend to just keep my raincoat in this side, so I don't need to keep adjusting these. And so all the straps, I'll open this one up. You can see where it's a bit different to the Lonerider. They've got the Velcro on the end of the tail there, which I think is actually a better system. Because you just pull that tight, roll this up. Doesn't matter, you can stop wherever you want. You can stop here, and you can Velcro it up. You can go up here, you can Velcro it up. And it's just a matter of poke one under, poke the other one under. There it is. Simple as that. So a couple of buckles on the side here, the same thing. It's got the Velcro, so you can adjust these tighter. They're just on a swivel, which I do like, so makes it a bit easier. Another buckle on the other side, just unrolls, and there you go. What I do like about these is they've got a lovely light blue colour, and I don't like light blue, but when it's inside a bag like this, where you can actually see what's in there and you can get all your gear in and out. And this is all a bit raggedy daggedy at the moment because I got here late last night and I just sort of threw everything in there. These are my rubbish bags, and these are all the like seat covers and everything else. But that is a decent size, and even with the camera in there, you can still see it's reasonably bright. Look, you can see at the bottom, you can see the Moto tyre gunk down the bottom there. Oh look, here's my toothbrush. brush them. Might brush my teeth. All right, so that's them there. So 35 litre standard dry bag. This dry bag will lift out. It's got Velcro all the way around here. You would probably only want to take it out to clean it, or even put a patch on it if you get a hole in it. These, I would say, extremely waterproof. If I rode my bike off a bridge into a creek and the whole thing went underwater, I wouldn't be surprised to lift the bike back out, and these would most likely be completely dry inside. So I think just this fabric on the outside alone would make it quite waterproof, and you've got this quite thick plastic, it was in the description before what it's made of. Plastic is going to keep everything dry. So good size, I like them, really good actually. They're being designed for, especially this panel here, it's had extra fabric, ballistic material and everything else built into it. So if you go down, you go for a slide down the road or on the dirt, this is going to take a lot of wear. You've got the steel buckles, they're not going to snap or you know, wear out like plastic ones will. They're not cheap, those Mosko Moto saddlebags, but they're going to protect your bike a fair bit. They're probably cheaper than replacing parts all over your bike. So, you know, if I have a buster or, you know, come off at a bit of speed, I'm pretty sure the bike's going to be protected from them, and the bike will also be a bit protected from those other bags at the front, which are probably easily replaceable compared to actually having to, you know, have things bent, you know, like exhaust pipe bent underneath, or the carry rack bent. And there we go, and this one on the other side, exactly the same. I'll just show you how easy these are to get on and off. To take these off, there's a little handle here, pulls a pin, it's spring loaded. It does have 2 holes in it. You can run that cable through the bigger hole, or smaller cable through the smaller hole, or you could even just put a padlock in there, which is going to deter probably a better thief than an honest thief, because you can't get these off unless you pull that pin and you just lift these up. How easy is that? You can see this wedged almost like a beaver tail again that sits down on this rack, and to put them back on, because that's spring loaded, you can see that there, that's just a locking pin that locks in here. So to put these back on, it's just a matter of picking it up. That's it, it's locked back in. I can yank that, that's not coming off. That is an absolute brilliant design. Well done, Mosko Moto. However, you do have to buy probably an adapter plate for your bike. I had to for the F800 Adventure. That's the factory rack here. So there's an adapter plate. Then this plate bolts to this adapter plate. So depending on what model bike or what you've got, you may not, you know, maybe you can just bolt that straight to it, but you'll most likely get an adapter plate that goes on to suit your bike, and then you just bolt this on, and you can move this up and down. You can even twist it a little bit left and right. You can move it backwards and forwards a little bit, you know, so you can pretty much well position this however you want. But like I said, it's a really good design. Easy on, easy off. So pick it up, walk over. This has still got all my gear in it. Done. Just like that. And of course, these can be swapped, interchanged, so I can just take this one, put it on that side, or take that one and put it on that side. And then right at the back in the middle, I've got my no name really, what's it called? It's called a Renegade Industrial Trade Case. There you go. Like I said, it's just a plastic box that's probably come from China. Pelican case. It's got a little vacuum seal, which I've had to use once. I came down a big hill and I couldn't open the lid and I had to crack that and let the air in. These just open up, and I tend to carry all my camera gear and stuff in here, you know, extra lenses. I've got the drone in there at the moment, but also my tripod, coffee, I keep my coffee in here, anything I... So basically this one and my tank bag, anything I want quick access to, goes in these two. So there's no bending over to get anything. I can just stand up, get it out. I can sit there and get that out. This one, the other thing I like about having this here, as opposed, I did have a bag sitting up there when I first started, the Nelson Rig Gear, which are pretty good quality bags for their price. They're cheap, but they're reasonably good. Bit basic, but they work. But they're floppy and flimsy, so it's, you know, you can't sort of add on to them or anything else. But what I do like about this, and this has got it's got a waterproof seal around there, so I haven't had any dust or anything go in. I've been through heavy rain, nothing's got wet. It does clip down. I can put locks on there again to keep the honest thieves out if I want to. I've got that bolted straight to the bottom of the factory rack here, and just a couple of big panel washers on the inside, a couple of smaller washers on the outside there, and that just sits on there. But I've got a table, look at that. I can quite often launch my drone from here. Just gets it out of the dirt, you know. You take the drone off from the ground, the dirt and the dust is going everywhere, all through the bloody motors and everything else. So good place to launch a drone. Good place to, I've had my stove up here, so I've cooked food up there. But yeah, just a good flat working space for whatever you want. Put cameras on there, tripod, etc, etc. Although it only works well as a table if I've got the bike up on the centre stand. Because obviously, if the bike's on its other stand, then it's going to be like that. Or is it like that? Maybe it's going to be like that, and then everything will just slide off. But I actually tend to use the centre stand more than the other stand. It just makes it easier to get to everything on the bike. Quick summary: 35 litres, molly webbing all over it, and built like a tank. Tank bag, really good quality, made in Germany. Locking mechanism to the bike, iffy, bit dicky, but so far still working. But the tank bag itself, awesome. Why I've got it. These, recent addition, just to throw a bit more weight towards the front, the Lonerider 6 litre mini bags. Just a good size. You can put shoes, you can put water, you can put fuel, you can put anything you want in there. So it's just a good all-round size to get most of the stuff you want. So that's it, all set up on the F800. Carries absolutely everything I possibly ever need. And this one's sitting a bit dicky because I just threw it on willy-nilly. Not showing you guys how it goes back on. But when I get my sleeping bag back in there, it'll fatten back up and it'll sit up there, not too bad. Well, there we go, that's my take on how I pack and carry everything on my adventure bike. Just everything I need, nothing more, nothing less. Works well, it's all quality, should last a long, long time. All right, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your mates. If you didn't like it, share it with the people you don't like. All right, thanks guys, see you in the next one. Righto, let's, hang on, put the microphone on. Yeah, womble.